And we're back with another episode of Wrestling Jeopardy. This one is the SummerSlam Edition. Yeah, this one is going to be interesting. Not too knowledgeable about SummerSlam, but I might surprise myself. So anyway, let's get into this thing, shall we?
Hello and welcome to Wrestling Jeopardy,
Ooh,
the ultimate interactive
nice
pro
shirt.
wrestling trivia
I
challenge
always say
on
that.
YouTube.
He's got the best shirts.
You're the contestant. I'm your host, Kevin J. Callis. And I hope you brought your swim trunks and your flippy floppies because we're about to test
I don't wear flip-flops.
your
My feet look
knowledge
horrible.
of the biggest party of the summer,
the SummerFest.
No, we're talking about the one and only SummerSlam.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Start the show.
And with that, let's go to the board
There
now
we
and
go.
check out the categories you'll be quizzed on, starting with SummerSlam celebrity appearances, followed by SummerSlam defining moments, intercontinental title changes, SummerSlam promotional posters, and last but certainly not least, SummerSlam specialty matches.
The anticipation is over. Now it's time to feel the heat.
And with that, let's kick off the 200-point round. You should easily go 5 for 5 here, whether you want to or not.
The British Bulldog's gonna win, whether he wants to or not.
So let's jump in and start with
Nice job, kid.
SummerSlam celebrity appearances for 2. This country music star supplied the theme music for SummerSlam in 2024.
Jelly roll. Do not disturb sign is a thing, guys. All right. Is Jelly Roll a country star? Doesn't look like one.
And the correct answer, who is Jelly Roll? And that brings us to defining moments for 2. 8 months after this wrestler's heel turn at SummerSlam 2018, she would make history as the first woman to win the main event of a WrestleMania.
That'd be Becky Lynch.
Eating down her former best friend,
I would
Charlotte
call it a
Flair,
heel turn.
she evolved into the man. The correct answer, who is Becky Lynch?
Would you
And
call it a
moving
heel
on
turn?
to
I would.
Intercontinental title changes for 2. Bret the Hitman Hart struck singles gold for the first time in his career, submitting Mr. Perfect with this maneuver and claiming the Intercontinental Championship in 1991.
The sharpshooter.
And of course, the answer here, what is the sharpshooter?
A few moments later.
And we're on to promotional posters for 2. What year is this SummerSlam promotional poster from?
I think it was 97. It's the Highway to Hell.
One of the most iconic posters in wrestling promotional history. It was a highway to hell at the 1998 SummerSlam.
Dang, it was 98.
All right, and let's finish
man.
off
Okay.
the 200-point
That makes more
round
sense.
with specialty matches.
I thought I was going to get
What was
that
the
one.
name of the specialty match that featured Mankind versus The Undertaker at SummerSlam 96?
Was it Boiler Room Brawl?
And that would be, what is the Boiler Room Brawl?
Have a nice day.
All right, we're headed back to celebrity appearances for 4. This actor received a Slammy Award for the Celebrity Moment of the Year as a result of his match at SummerSlam 2015.
That's Arrow guy. What is his name?
And the answer we're
Stephen
looking for
Amell.
here, who is Stephen Amell?
Steve. Right.
And we're on to defining moments for 4.
Should've got that
With
one,
the
too.
Mega Powers reeling on the floor and momentum squarely on the side of the Mega Bucks, Miss Elizabeth climbed onto the apron and proceeded to take off this piece of clothing at the inaugural SummerSlam.
Would be her skirt, dress.
Now, rumor has it that the powers that be from back in the day wanted Elizabeth to be in a skimpy bikini, but the Macho Man wasn't having any of that. So the correct answer is she ripped off her skirt.
Oh my God!
And moving on to Intercontinental title changes for 4. At SummerSlam 2000, the Big Valboski, Val Venus, lost the Intercontinental belt in an intergender tag team match where this wrestler became the new champion.
Was it China?
Now, the rules of this match stated that the first person to score a pinfall would be declared the new champion, and it was a match between Val Venus and Trish Stratus versus Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero, and the person who picked up the victory that evening, who was China. And that brings us to promotional posters for 4. What year is this SummerSlam promotional poster from?
Oh, I think it was 2018. I want to say.
What is 2017?
1 year off.
Let's finish up the 400-point round. What was the name of the specialty match that featured Bray Wyatt versus Kane from SummerSlam 2013?
It was Ring of Fire. It's called an Inferno match, man.
A specialty match that would have made Johnny Cash proud. The correct answer, what is a Ring of Fire match? All right, 10 questions down, 15 to go. Hopefully you're not getting burned so far during this SummerSlam Wrestling Jeopardy. But if you're having a good time, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the ringy-dingy notification icon bell so you get notified whenever we come out with a brand new episode of Wrestling Jeopardy.
Come on, you know you want to.
And we're headed back to the 600-point round. Celebrity appearances. This former heavyweight boxing champion led the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, to the ring at SummerSlam 1992.
That I don't know.
Carrying the Union flag was none other than former heavyweight boxing champion, who is Lennox Lewis. And that brings us to defining moments for 6. In 2002, Shawn Michaels returned to the ring after a 4-year absence to compete in his first match since this WrestleMania. And it was a heck of a match, an unsanctioned street fight between HBK and his former best friend, Triple H. Shawn Michaels' first match back since WrestleMania 14.
Okay.
Moving on to title changes for 600. This NFL Hall of Fame running back was brought in to be Razor Ramon's cornerman in 1994, helping the bad guy regain the Intercontinental title by defeating Diesel.
Oh. I have no idea.
Sweetness himself, who was Walter Payton. And we're on to posters for 600. What year is this SummerSlam promotional poster from?
95? I don't know if it's 95.
This is the worst.
Now, I guess you could argue that the WWF designers at this time didn't have much to work with here, considering the main event for SummerSlam 95 was Diesel versus King Mabel. Is it any wonder that the business was down when the promotional material looked like this?
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog.
Let's close out the 600-point round, where I'd like for you to tell me what was the name of the specialty match that featured Shane McMahon versus Test from SummerSlam 1999.
Does it Falls count anywhere?
This one might have a couple of names to it. It was called technically the Lover or Leave Her Greenwich Street Fight, but if you said Greenwich Street Fights, you got the points.
You had to do it, didn't you?
All right, let's head over to celebrity appearances for 800. In the weeks leading up to SummerSlam 94, Naked Gun stars Leslie Nielsen and this actor were hired to find the missing Undertaker.
Because I have to pick the one that I can't remember the most. What's his name?
And that, of course, another NFL Hall of Fame running back. Who was O.J. Simpson? What? No, it's not?
Enough.
Sorry, it wasn't O.J. The correct answer, who was George Kennedy?
Kennedy!
And we're on to defining moments for 8. In 2014, Brock Lesnar uncorked this many German suplexes on John Cena, squashing the superstar and winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
16.
Brock took John Cena to Suplex City a sweet 16 times that evening. Moving on to Intercontinental title changes for 800. The Ultimate Warrior ended the Honky Tonk Man's Intercontinental title reign after replacing original challenger Brutus Beefcake, who was unable to compete due to a gruesome attack the previous week by this outlaw wrestler.
Jake Roberts. I don't know. Could be.
I remember watching this as a kid. They had the big, red X that they censored because the outlaw, Ron Bass, was just carving up Brother Brutai's forehead with a cowboy spur.
Beefcake Barber!
And that brings us to promotional posters for 800.
Oh boy. This one's the Daily Double. Well, actually,
There it is.
stand a
This week's
chance.
Daily Double. I want you to just run in your mind all the different SummerSlam promotional posters that you can possibly think of and place your wager now.
What's about 1,000?
All right, time is up. Here is the Daily Double clue from promotional posters. What year is this SummerSlam promotional poster from?
I think it's 2013 or 2012.
I mean, this really could have been any year in the 2010s. There's nothing that talks about any specific matches, even though this SummerSlam featured Daniel Bryan defeating John Cena and getting his big moment, only for Randy Orton to come and cash the Money in the Bank briefcase on him. The correct answer here, this promotional poster, is from SummerSlam 2013. And let's finish off the 800-point round. What was the name of the specialty match that featured Ken Shamrock versus the Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackman, at SummerSlam 1999?
Was it the... Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Here at SummerSlam 99, this one was specifically called the Lion's Den Weapon match, but we'd also accept the Lion's Den match. And we've reached the most difficult round in Wrestling Jeopardy, the 1,000-point round. The steel cage begins to lower, the ominous music begins to play. Get your thinking caps on, and let's go to the final clue from Celebrity Appearances. This was the explanation given by Jon Stewart after he helped Seth Rollins retain his WWE title versus John Cena at SummerSlam in 2015.
The champ is Flair. It's like he didn't want... something like that.
A classic match cheapened when the Daily Show host interfered only led to things getting worse the following night on Raw when Stewart explained he didn't want Cena to surpass Ric Flair's 16 world titles record.
Say what?
And that brings us
Although
to the
they do it
final
anyway.
clue from Defining Moments. The return of Roman Reigns at SummerSlam in 2020, complete with this new catchphrase emblazoned on his t-shirt, put the entire WWE on notice.
It was wreck everyone and leave.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, Roman would lay low for 5 months, only to return with a new special counsel, a new set of chompers, and a new attitude where he was going to wreck everyone and leave.
We said SummerSlam. You'll never see it coming.
Moving on to Intercontinental title changes for 1,000. Had Stone Cold Steve Austin not won the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam in 1997, he would have had to do this to Owen Hart.
Kiss his ass? Or kiss his feet?
Often overlooked due to the botched pile driver that broke Austin's neck and led to the worst roll-up in wrestling history, was the stipulation that if Stone Cold lost, he would have to kiss Owen's ass.
All right, pull down his little panties. All right, bend over and I'll kiss him right on his. Put that in the contract.
And we're on to the final clue from promotional posters. What year is this SummerSlam promotional poster from?
I think this was 2007. This was his return.
Now, the tagline here was, "The party is over," and that was in reference to Triple H making a return from yet another torn quadricep that he suffered back in January. But I don't know why he's like hanging out on a deserted private island. Doesn't make any sense to me. But the correct answer, what is SummerSlam 2007? Let's close out the board with the final clue for the regular Jeopardy round. What was the name of the specialty match that featured the Cat versus Terry Runnels at SummerSlam 2000?
Well, it was 2000. I suspect it was bra and panties.
The feud between the Cat and Terry spanned most of the year 2000, even though neither woman was an accomplished wrestler. However, when you book something called a thong stink face match, then you clearly aren't doing it for the wrestling. All right, don't go anywhere unless you're going to get me like a Mai Tai or some sort of tropical drink, because it's Final Jeopardy time. So let's find out what this episode's category is. SummerSlam commercials. From Brock Lesnar attacking a shark to a hilarious ode to the Olympics and a chaotic backyard barbecue, the WWE has always cooked up comical SummerSlam commercials. All right, think about how much you know about SummerSlam commercials and place your Final Jeopardy wager. And now,
Yeah. Just bet it all like usual. Okay.
all right, time is up.
Here we go.
Let's take a look at the Final Jeopardy clue. During the 2006 SummerSlam commercial, the coach snagged the last hot dog, drawing the ire of these two wrestlers. Good luck.
Was it Kane and Batista? I think it was.
During the 2006 SummerSlam commercial, the
Big Daddy
coach
V.
snagged the last hot dog, drawing the ire of these two wrestlers. Now, unfortunately for the coach, Jonathan Coachman, when the Big Red Machine and the world's largest love machine are hungry, you better get the heck out of their way. The correct answer
I think it was-
was Kane and Viscera.
I think I got that one right. Huh. Okay. I said Big Daddy V, so it's Viscera. And I said Kane. Okay, great. There we go. Reasonable enough score. I actually did pretty good. Well, that is going to be it for Wrestling Jeopardy with Kevin J. Callis. Yes. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and share this with everyone. See you next time.